Okay, so you probably clicked on this video because you're sad. And now I want to start off by saying that's completely normal, okay? Sadness is a human behavior, that we all have and share. Not to sound like a robot, but, even I, believe it or not, can get sad sometimes. And it's important to talk about not only our ups, but also our down. But the question is, how do you overcome sadness? Well, I have a few tips that or tricks I use in order to use my sadness in a positive way or work towards not being sad. The first thing I always do is try to understand why I'm sad. Like, what's making me sad? Was it a grade? Was it a test grade that I got a low grade on? Was it because I lost in a game? I look at why I'm sad because usually first understanding or acknowledging the problem leads to a solution, believe it or not. But that's really the key step. But there are sadness that's like kind of unexplainable, or you can't, there's no solution to it. But the ones that you can use it in a positive way. Like, if you got a bad grade on a test and you're sad, you can use it in a positive way by like studying next time or trying harder and getting a better grade. Like, that's a positive way of using sadness. Sadness doesn't mean it always has to be negative. It's just how we use it. If we can use it to motivate ourselves and do better, that's probably the right way of using sadness sometimes. And that's what I mainly do whenever I'm sad. I think of why am I sad, and then how do I not be sad. I know it sounds simple, but it really isn't. But that's what I really do, and then I try to work on that. So next time something happens or whatever, I'm not sad. I don't let the time or space to like let me be sad. You know what I mean? And some of the things are like, really, it's just in your head a lot of the times. I know it's like harder to just, it's easier to say, but like harder to do or like understand, because everyone goes through like a different like experience, or like sadness. Everyone's different. That's what makes us unique, right? But this is like my general advice on like overcoming sadness. I usually tend to like, I try to understand it, and then I just use it as a motivation. Another thing I tend to do is take care of myself. I think a healthy body creates a healthy mind, and if you have a healthy mind, you're not always sad. You just have a stronger, healthier mind. But also try to do things you enjoy from time to time. But remember, nothing of like, if you do something too much of, then you're gonna regret it, and you're like giving your brain, I guess, a dopamine overload, and you're not gonna enjoy it as much. So everything, keep it in like a moderate scale, if that makes sense, and try to not do too much of something. You know what I mean? That you enjoy, because you're not gonna get the same kind of enjoyment, if that makes sense. So like, that's another thing. Definitely, like, if you enjoy spending time with your friends, spend more times with your friends whenever you get the chance. um do like whatever makes you happy, healthy. Same thing. Do whatever makes you happy and healthy. And yeah, just also don't let your mind, like, sometimes trust yourself. Trust that things will get better, if that makes sense. Like, it may be a difficult, you might be going through something, and like others aren't understanding. You have to go through it, and that's like growth in a way. Like, I want to say chat, but I'm not streaming, I'm recording. But like, that's like part of it. Like, is going through it and becoming stronger off that experience. Like, you know, um, like, it's okay to be sad. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like normal to be sad. You're not like different for being sad. You're actually more like alike people, because even people that you look up to, they have times of like where they're sad. Otherwise they wouldn't be them, but they use it in a positive way. Or even sometimes it's too much, and you can see that in some creators, and they like flip out, and they don't want to do, they cry. Like, it's sometimes, you know, you just gotta try to keep yourself happy. Do what makes you happy sometimes, and tend to mind like less of what others say, you know, and like listen to yourself sometimes, because at the end of the day, like I'm gonna say chat again. At the end of the day, chat, it's literally your life. You know what I mean? But don't do like crazy. Like, listen. You know, sometimes your parents. I know, like, you know, parents. They're like saying something and it's like making you sad. But sometimes listen to them and like, cause they're giving you advice. Like, they're trying to do it for you or trying to make you better, in a sense. They're just looking out for you. But, you know, but at the end of the day, do what makes you happy. Say you don't want to talk to that person, don't talk to them. You like hanging around with this person, hang out with that person more. You know what I mean? Like, I've, over the years, as I grew older, I started to understand what makes me happy, what I want to do. Like, it's more about like finding yourself, and I don't know, sadness and happiness. It's like a very vague point, and it's like, even me, I'm trying to give you guys and gals like the best advice, like what I would give myself, like if I had like the chance to go 5 years ago or something. You know, just is what I would tell them, or him, you know, my past self. Like, sometimes, like, going out of your comfort zone and being sad, scared, isn't bad for you. It actually helps you grow as a person. Like, everything that happens in your life, you can learn from it. Like, you can learn how to improve as a person, how to, I don't, deal with it. If you deal with more things, you're gonna have a better like time dealing with it, if that makes sense. I'm trying to get the point across, but I don't know, it's just like, you know, be yourself at the end of the day, chat, and literally do what makes you happy, and understand why you're not happy and work on that. That's literally it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next